to my kitchen. My name is Rachel Isham and you are watching Isham Eats. Today we have got a great recipe that we are going to be cooking. We are making crock pot chili today, which this is one of my favorite things that I make. So let's get started. Okay, first thing, of course, I need my apron. All right. Okay, so to make this chili, you are gonna need some ground beef. I am gonna be using a 2-pound package like I have in previous videos for other recipes. So it should look something like this. Yes, I know I already opened it. So what we're gonna do first is get this on the stove. Okay, so for this video, we're also going to include a whole lot of vegetables in with our chili. So I have onion, I have some mini peppers, and I have a whole ton of tomatoes. And since that is rather time consuming, I actually did that before I started filming. So just to let you know, if you're going to make this at home, you should chop your, and garlic. You should chop your onion, garlic, peppers, tomatoes. You should do all of that before you get your meat into the pan. Okay, so we're gonna let that start cooking up. Okay, so like I said, I already chopped, this is some mini peppers, jalapenos, and a whole onion. It doesn't look like a lot, but this is a rather tall bowl. They're just like the little peppers that are about maybe like that big. I did 3 orange and 3 yellow. I didn't have any red peppers this time. Sometimes the bags come with like different amounts and different colors in them. I also have about 6 or 7 chopped up Roma tomatoes, again just in one of these tall bowls. These we will not put into the chili right away. These will be later on, so these are actually going to go into the fridge until we're ready to use them. If you add them too soon, they're just going to cook down and be kind of mushy, and you won't be able to like really taste the tomato or tell that they're in there anyways. So we're going to put that off for a while. We also have some chopped garlic in a little baggie. My husband did this for me last night because, again, I don't know how to mince garlic. I should really learn how to do that if I'm going to claim to be a chef. Okay, so we're going to cook these with the meat in the pan before it's going to go into the crock pot with all the other ingredients. Okay, other things you're going to need. You're going to need kidney beans. I have this Dakota's Pride brand. You're going to need about 3 to 4 cans of these. You're going to need 1 can of mild chili beans, same brand still. And then 1 can of black beans. And then also for part of the sauce, we're going to use these little jars of tomato sauce. And you're going to want about 4 to 5 of them, depending on how much you'd like to make. Okay. So my crock pot is actually over on the other counter where the outlet is, but I'm not going to turn it on until we're ready, so I'm going to take the base part out so I can fill it while I'm explaining to you guys. Okay, and you don't want to add the veggies to your meat right away. You want that meat to cook down a little bit first. I would say once it's about between half and about 3/4 done, then add your onion and peppers and garlic. And we're not going to season the meat while it's in this pan. We're going to wait until everything is in the crock pot together. Since we will have to strain this to get the grease out, we don't want to lose all of those seasonings because we want to be able to taste them and eat them. Okay. That is cooking. So we are going to start opening these cans with the kidney beans. If I have 4 cans, I usually dump the juice in with about 2, maybe 3 of them, and then I strain the other ones. But today, since we also have black beans, and I don't want the black bean juice, I'm gonna dump 3 full cans of this with the juice in to the crock pot, and then I'm gonna strain the last one. Okay, so we are just opening up those cans. And you kind of want to start your beans just slightly before you're gonna do the meat. So as soon as I am done filling, you know what? I probably need a spoon. Okay, so we just want to very carefully open these. The tops of these cans are very sharp, so please be careful. Okay, so we've got 1 This is a really great meal for if you're cooking for like a lot of people, or maybe like a potluck even. I know personally my husband, why can I not work this can opener? It's been that kind of morning. It is about 8:25 here right now, and I'm planning to have this for dinner tonight. So oh wait, I think I grabbed the wrong can of beans. I'll be right back. Just run into the pantry. Okay, so I guess my husband only bought 3 cans of kidney beans instead of 4. So we're just gonna work with 3. Oh, the camera's a little shaky. Sorry, I'm trying to open the cans on the table, which is where you guys are sitting. So if it's shaky, please don't be too bothered. I'm gonna actually strain this last can. So even though the bean juice is like, okay, we don't want like a lot. There we go. We'll empty those beans in there. Okay, and then we're gonna get some black beans here. You know what? I'll open this on camera. Oh, this is so much smoother. Okay, now I don't want all this black bean juice in there, so I'm actually gonna strain this can as well. Okay. And then our last can of beans, we do want the liquid with it because it does come in kind of a like sauce. Okay, we're gonna stir up our meat here first. Make sure it's broken down into small pieces. So you don't want to have giant chunks in your chili. Okay, if you spill, that's fine. Okay. So we're going to let that cook a little bit more before we add peppers. So we're going to go ahead and put our chili beans into our crock pot. Man, this is a lot of cans to open. Okay. Let's dump this whole can on in here. You might need to use a spoon to get some of them out. They actually came out easy that time. And the next step is going to be kind of rough. I have 4 cans of our tomato sauce, and they're all going to go in here, so I'm going to open all of them. Okay, so I'm just opening up those 4 cans. And I will have to do this video step by step. So like I said, you don't add the tomatoes right away. Got to let this cook for a really long time before we add our tomatoes. So I will make sure that I include a clip of me adding those and checking on it later, as well as when it's all finished. Okay, last can. Okay, so it looks like our meat is mostly cooked. There's just a little bit of pink in there, so we're going to go ahead and add our whole bowl with our onions and peppers and jalapenos. And all of this is like completely optional. Like if you are not a big pepper person, or if you don't like it spicy at all, you don't want to put jalapenos, you absolutely do not have to. This is just the way that I make it for my family, but that doesn't mean that you have to. If you don't like a ton of beans either, you could make it with more meat and less beans. We're also adding in that bag of garlic. Okay, and then we're just going to kind of mix that in here. Now this is going to cook for a really, really long time today. So all these veggies, even though they're nice and crispy right now, they'll be soft and easier to eat later. Okay, so back to our tomato sauce. We're going to open up these jars. We're going to come over here And we're gonna add it in. Okay, and then we'll put the other two. Okay, and since chili is supposed to be almost like a soup, what I normally do is I take about 2 or 3 of these cans and run just a tad bit of water in them, kind of rinse them out, because as you can see, there's kind of some of our sauce stuck in there still. So I'm gonna do that real quick. Not too much. You can always add more liquid if it seems like it's kind of too thick, or if you don't really like the consistency. We're actually gonna do 3 this time. And again, everything here is like totally optional. You do not have to make it this way just because I am. We're gonna get a nice spoon to be able to stir everything with. And of course, I do have my seasonings out. Okay, so I'm just stirring up our bean and sauce mixture, and I'm actually gonna put this into the base of the crock pot and turn it on while we wait for our meat to finish cooking up. You know what I actually need? I need a little bowl to be able to put my spoon in so it doesn't get messy all over. Alright, so, oh boy, this is heavy. Okay, so this is what, that'd be a great thumbnail. This is what it should kind of look like. I'm not going to tip it too far because it's very liquidy. So we're going to come over here, put this in our crock pot. We're going to set it to low, not high, since it has to cook so long. If you were doing this and only we're going to cook it for a short amount of time, you could put it on high, but since I want to cook it like all day long, I'm not going to do that, otherwise it'll cook too much or burn. Okay, so we're done with our can opener. Our meat is almost finished. We just want to get a chance for those veggies to cook down a little bit. Make sure our meat is browned. We don't want any raw hamburger going into our crock pot, even though it still will cook for a little while. Not quite the same as having it completely cooked. And now when we serve this up later tonight, Alex and I like to do different things. So Alex likes to have his with a lot of cheese and maybe some like hot sauce or crackers. And I really like having sour cream on top of mine with just like a little bit of cheese. He's not a big fan of sour cream, but I really like it, so that's what I like to do. You could use this for anything though. You could make it a little thicker and make like chili cheese fries or just anything like that. It's just super simple to pack for like lunches for work with having leftovers because it's so just easy, right? You have a whole meal, you put it into one Tupperware and you just heat it up. Like there's no like prep that's involved, there's nothing at all. All you have to do is put it into some type of container that won't spill. We actually have these little like bowl Tupperware things that have lids that we take sometimes when we have either this or like soup for leftovers. Oh, we had a big chunk of hamburger there. Okay. So yeah, make sure that you break all this down. You know, you don't want to be eating chili and have a piece of hamburger so big it won't even like fit on your spoon. We'll just make sure that we get everything broken down. Everything will be good. And it's okay if you spill. We can clean that up when we're all finished. If you have pets though, onion is actually toxic for dogs. So be very careful if you do have some furry friends that you care about. And if you do spill, make sure you pick that up. We're doing something a little different today. We've got a Halloween mug. It says every day is Halloween. It's Michael Myers. This actually isn't water, it's an iced coffee because it's literally 8:30 a.m. Yeah. My husband left for work at 5:30 this morning and I got up like pretty much as soon as he left. So had a long time. It's been very productive. Made myself breakfast. I'm on my second load of laundry already. Did some cleaning, got all this meal prepping stuff done for this video. Well, not meal prepping, but like prepping the items that I would need, chopped all the veggies and everything. And it's a pretty good day. And as you can hear, my cat is in the kitchen. I don't know what is going on with my hair today. Oh my goodness, I've got like stray little baby hairs. So that is that. I actually tried to film, well, not tried. I filmed a video yesterday for this channel. I attempted to make lasagna roll-ups with leftover lasagna, like the meat sauce and some cheese from the last video I posted where I was making lasagna for my husband's birthday. And it just, I don't know, I didn't really vibe with that video. That was supposed to be the video for today instead of chili. I was going to post this later in the week. But Athena, we get it. You want to be part of everything. But I felt like it wasn't really like my best content, and I felt like I just kind of rambled, and I wasn't really feeling up for filming last night. I filmed a video for my main channel, and I actually had to film a video yesterday for like my actual regular day job. So by the time it got to nighttime and I was trying to make dinner, I was not feeling inspired, and things weren't really going right. And I don't know. So yeah, I think I might have posted about doing a lasagna rolls video, and if you're upset that I didn't, I can do that at a different time. But that video just wasn't very good quality, and I felt like it wasn't really very good work, and I didn't really, like, I want to put out good quality content for you guys, things that are actually helpful or interesting, or recipes that you actually like, and not just kind of what happened last night. So yeah, so I was going to say I'm sorry, but I'm actually not sorry, because I mean, it was my choice to not film that. And now instead I'm making cupcakes today with homemade whipped topping. I don't know how that's going to go. We're going to attempt it, and that will be the video. So now chili will be posted Saturday and cupcakes will be posted on Wednesday. So we get to do more fun stuff since the lasagna thing didn't really work out, but that's fine because we already made a lasagna on this channel, so what difference would it have made? We are pretty good. Okay, it seems like this is mostly done, so I'm going to actually shut it off. Okay, and what we're going to do now is we're going to strain this because it's pretty greasy. So we're just going to come over here, dump this into our strainer. Oh my goodness, it's so steamy. Okay, that's good. Just kind of, there we go. Actually going to turn you guys a little bit so we get this other side. Oh, we can see that. Okay, perfect. Alrighty, so we got our crock pot, and it is getting very, very hot. And we've got our bean mix in here with our tomato sauce. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to pour our beef over the top. So I think you guys can see this. It's pretty greasy though, so we're going to have to go pretty fast. So I'm just going to hold the strainer over kind of like this, and we're just going to kind of put this down. We're not going to let it like flop in there and get that juice everywhere, but nice, easy, slow. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to put the spatula back, and we're going to switch over to using my spoon. So I'm just going to kind of mix all of this meat in with the beans and the sauce. I'm going to mix it rather slow because this crock pot is pretty full. This is actually the second crock pot that we have, and this is the bigger one. And I figured that we would need this for today. Okay. Okay, I actually feel like we need a little bit more water, so I'm going to use one of these tomato sauce cans. I'm going to do 2 of them. Okay, so that's that. We're going to slowly mix it again. And it really just depends on how you want to make your chili. Like I was saying, you can make it a little bit more thick. You can make it not so thick. If you don't like a lot of veggies, you don't have to add them all. You can do more or less meat. Honestly, I've seen people make chicken chili. You could do like shredded chicken or chicken in chunks. or anything like that. I personally, we like to have a lot of vegetables in ours. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do, actually the last thing before we're gonna leave this alone and let it cook for a few hours, is we're gonna add seasonings. So first thing I'm gonna add is just plain pepper. Again, my little mason jars, they're so cute. So we're just gonna go ahead and basically just cover the entire top with the pepper. And again, season to taste, however you like it. I like to add a lot of seasonings, but that's just me. We're gonna go in with some seasoning salt. And what I usually do is I season about 2 to 3 times when I'm making chili. So I'll do this once. I'll mix it all up, add some more seasoning, and then when I add the tomatoes, I will add a little bit more. Depends on how it tastes, so I usually test it. Okay, we're gonna go in with some garlic powder. Even though, yes, I know there was garlic, but garlic powder and minced garlic I feel like they taste a little different. Maybe it's just me. Onion powder next. Okay, so we'll just go over the top. Okay, we're gonna go in with some paprika. I say this in all my videos, but I really don't know what paprika does. I think it just looks nice. Especially I think for chili, because like, kind of like a reddish color, I don't know. Okay, we're gonna go with some parsley. Just over the top. And the last thing I'm going to add is the chili powder, which is ironic. You'd think I'd add that first since this is a chili. I'm going to go ahead and just put that all over. And once this is like thoroughly coated, we're going to give this a good mix up. Make sure all those seasonings are in with our beans and our meats and our veggies. Okay, we're going to mix nice and slow and even. Try to bring up some of that stuff on the bottom, not only season the top. And you could add different kinds of beans also. Maybe if you like pinto beans or, why am I spacing on other types of beans? Any type of beans would work. We use black beans, kidney beans, and sometimes chili beans. Depends if the store has them. I feel like we shop at Aldi's a lot, and they kind of, it like comes and goes when they have stuff in stock. It's weird. Okay, so now I'm gonna season a second time all those same seasonings, just because it's mixed up, and some of the fresh stuff is now on top that was not before. And you could make a smaller version of this. Like if you don't want to make this much, you obviously don't have to. I put 5 cans of beans with 2 pounds of meat. And no, I'm not doing a family dinner or like feeding an army. It's just for me and my husband. But he has to work all weekend. I have to work all week. So this is going to be what we're eating for lunch that whole time. This isn't like strictly for us to eat for dinner, like, you know, in one sitting like you would if a larger family or at an event. Okay, we're almost there. And then, yeah, normally I do start this anytime between about 7 and 9 in the morning, so that it'll be ready for dinner time. And I normally shut it off maybe about 30 to 40 minutes before we're gonna eat, because it will take a long time to cool down after it's been cooking all day. You want to be able to enjoy the meal and not just like burn yourself. I really should get a bigger thing of chili powder. Like, what is this? This is the Walmart one. Can't really complain too much if it was like $1. But with how often we make chili and how much chili powder you need to make a pot of chili this big, I really should get a bigger one. Okay, so I can kind of still see some of the seasonings on top. It's kind of clumpy a little bit because it's like still warming up, so we want to make sure that's all mixed in before we're going to let this sit and cook. Okay, so I'm gonna try to get you guys a shot of this chili. It's a very involved process. Okay, so this is what your chili should kind of look like. Okay, so we're gonna let this cook for a few hours and then I will catch you guys back here later. All right, I'll be back soon. All right, everybody, welcome back. This is what our chili is looking like. It's been about, I would say about 6 hours that we've been cooking it. It's nice and steamy. Everything's all mixed together nicely. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go ahead and add that whole bowl of tomatoes that we had earlier in this video. Okay, so we're just gonna kind of try to gently, oh, you can't even see that. Gently, oh, come on. Okay, the one piece just got stuck, but it's fine. Okay, we're gonna stir that in so you can hear my cats in the background. We've had a very eventful day, which I'll talk about in a different video, but yeah, so everyone's a little riled up today. Okay, and then just for a little extra measure, we're just gonna coat it one more time with our chili powder. You didn't really get to see the seasonings happen last time. Our camera angle was a little wrong. Okay, so now that that's thoroughly coated, we're gonna mix that in. And this will be the last time that this chili is seasoned before we eat it. Of course, we usually have salt and pepper out on our dining room table when we are eating either ourselves or with our guests. So that's optional, or if you want to add anything, like sometimes I'll throw a little parsley on top of mine, especially once I add like cheese or sour cream. All right, and then as you can see, my settings have been changed to keep warm, and that's just where I'm gonna leave it for the next few hours. Nothing really needs to cook any longer because it is thoroughly cooked. So we'll just grab the lid and we'll check on this chili in a few hours when we're ready to eat. All right, everybody. So this is what our finished chili should look like. This has been cooking since about 8 o'clock this morning. It's now just a little after 4:30. So it's about 8 to 8.5 hours of cooking. It's super hot. You just shut it off so I can eat within the next maybe 20 to 30 minutes. So yeah, that is what our homemade crock pot chili looks like. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you again in my kitchen soon.